Good morning. Hi. Hello. How you doing? How's your mom and them? High five. You made it here. So did I. Take a deep breath. Here we go. Let it out. Okay. This is Periwinkle Palace Arts, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm Princess Bun Bun with all my bun buns. And we do art stuff here pretty much every day. So we're glad to have you, and I hope you have fun. What are we doing today? This. Yes, we've been working on this. So I think we're on part 5 or 6 now. I'm not sure. Anyway, first we have to introduce the bun buns. Say good morning to everybody. We have Maya, my fibromyalgia bunny, and my main girl. I love her so much. She's still styling in her plaid pajamas. But she's so happy to see you. Look at her, she said. I'm happy. How you doing? You having a good day? No? Let's change it. What? Well, yeah, you can change it when you're having a bad day. You ready? I don't know why I do that to her. All right. Under the desk. She likes to sit underneath my laptop. I look really ridiculous when I'm doing that. Okay, who else do we have today? Today we have my coffee bunny. She's not a health-related bunny. She's part of their, I guess, warm drinks, coffee drinks collection. She's the Mocha bunny. And I love Mocha. So, of course, I had to get the Mocha bunny. She's adorable. And she has tiny legs. I don't know if they all have tiny legs, but this one has tiny legs, which is good because I don't like my coffee to run away from me. I don't think she can even hold herself up on those legs. Look. They're teeny tiny. I love them. Mwah. And who else do we have today? We have Rora. She is part of the planetary collection, I think. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. But she is the Aurora. Like Aurora Borealis bunny. And she's so pretty. Look at those ears. Look at her ears. They're gorgeous, y'all. But most importantly, look at those pretty starry eyes. And she has alchemical symbols on her. And I don't really remember what they are. But this is one of them, and this is the other one. And on her tum-tum, they put them together. And she has pretty legs and paws. And her tail even is an Aurora. Yeah. Hey, Rora. How you doing today? Great? Aww. I love it when my buns are doing good. So we're having horrid rain today. The weather is just trying to be my enemy. I don't feel very good usually when it's raining or there's storms or a lot of barometric pressure changes, but I'm more concerned that it's going to start lightning and stuff and kick me off of my stream. So if that happens, I'm sorry. If it kicks me off really early, I'll try to get back on. My mouth is super dry today, and it's not stopped hurting yet. 10 days of antibiotics. We're crossing our fingers that take care of the problem. Okay, doggy. I need a mint. These are TheraBreath mints. I hate that everything always tastes minty, but they help with the dry mouth, and they're sugar-free. I feel warm today. I don't know if that's the air conditioner doing stuff or if it's just me. It's hard to tell. Whew, okay. Say hello and good morning to our shrimp. King prawn. He's been through some stuff, y'all. He's an emotional support shrimp, and he knows what it's like to have hard times. He's stitched up with love. I am not a shrimp. I am king prawn. I'm a strange person. I'm okay with that. You just have to get okay with it too. Okay, I went ahead and set up the colors for the rest of the flowers here. They're going to be really easy to do, and I don't even need the class to do this. So we're going to do those. Then the next thing we're going to do is the city, and then after that, the only thing we'll have left is the broom and the Elphaba herself. Are we ready? Okay. I think I need to change my playlist. We'll do that. If you want to know what I'm listening to, hang on. I can do it today. Do it. Do it. Right there. I'm going to figure out where my hand goes to do this. But my music is right there. You know. Alexa yelling at me to take my vitamin. I don't have that vitamin today. I ran out. I ordered them this morning. They'll be here soon. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, music. You know, YouTube doesn't let you play music that might be copyrighted. Isn't pretty much all music kind of copyrighted? No. So instead of playing the music, I just put the little thing on the mini player. I'm struggling this morning. I didn't sleep good, but we still show up. Yeah, so I just put it up here in my mini player, and then I have a little screen share going on that, so you can at least see what I'm listening to. Someday I hope I can put like the playlist link there or something, and you can open it and play it with me, but I haven't got that far yet, just like I haven't gotten very far on my WordPress site yet. It's there. It exists. Okay, you guys ready to get started? Have I asked that 3-4 times now? Okay, yeah, I think I have. We're gonna start with YG63. I know this marker is kind of blobby, so we don't really want blobbiness here. We're stippling again, and I remind you, I'm not that great at it. I don't have an update on my son's dog right now to give anyone, but as far what I know right now is she's still staying at the hospital for another day or two. I think that they went to see her yesterday, but I don't think there's any change in the condition, so that's kind of where we're at. Mm. Ah, I'm blobbing a little bit. Oh, what did I do? Okay, I'm gonna turn that into some grass. That's fine. Okay, and now we're gonna go over that with YG11. Ah. One thing that I know, not from experience, but from other people I've talked to, is that you don't ever want to twist Copic caps to take them off of the marker. So if it's hard to pull it off, don't try to do it that way. Just, um, you know, keep pulling, don't twist. And I'm doing this one a little bit faster because I wanted to use the darker color to kind of make the shape of the individual flowers, even though they're kind of like squished together. But with the lighter color, I can both make separation in between the little flowers as well as add some color to the background, if that makes sense. I'm still dabbing and being random, but I'm not going so slow as I was on the other one because I was trying to get some tiny dots on the other one. This little scratch thingy that I did, or, you know, what do you call it? Accidental mark. I told you when I did the yellow brick road that even though I finished with the part of the class, I'm not done with it. That's because I'm going to come back and do a few different things. One of the things I was planning on doing anyway is adding some like little grass spots on it. So I'll just use those grass spots to cover that little, not cover it, to, we'll make that accidental mark part of the page, part of the art. That's what I do when I make mistakes. I either figure out a way to deal with removing them, or I cover them, or I just merge them into the actual art itself. So this time we're going to use my merge method. It's not my method, it's just what I do. A mistake doesn't always mean you have to quit, start over, be upset. It's just a mistake, and mistakes are part of the process. In fact, if you never made mistakes, how would your art be any different from all of the other art in the world? It wouldn't. That's the answer. It would not be any different. I'm just putting a warm cup on my mouth. It hurts really bad. Real bad. Okay, this is a lighter color. So I'm gonna add a lot of it, because we're gonna put the darker color over it. I'd be a lot more messy with the lighter color than with the darker color. And these ones I'm going to do slower. I'm trying to make a small dot and then a big one. Excuse me. And I go back over that red with the R11 that I put down here first. Real fast, like this. And help spread those dots. And wish them together. I like it, I like it. You like it? I like it. And next, I think next is purples. I'm going kind of outside the lines because I want to cover up the lines that you can see. I know it's a no line version, which means that it's like gray when you print it, but I still just like to cover it up. You can see my scars because I'm not a V17. As amazing as my chair is, I still feel uncomfortable sometimes. But that's my body, not my chair. It's not the chair's fault. Again, I'm trying to do a tiny dot, big dot. I'm gonna add a little bit more dabbiness to this big one up here. Just a few more dots. See how much that flooded though? Word. Find someone to be there for you. And someone there for you, 'cause that's all that really matters to me. Okay. That's looking good. I'm going to come back over that with the V15, just like I did with the other ones. It just seems to work good. Now we can come back with it colorless blender too, but if you put the lighter color over the darker color, sometimes that helps a lot more, I think. Okay. I'm gonna be really messy with the going when you go back over it. So many ways that this could go. Don't want you to wonder. So if you've never been here before, let me tell you what we do here. Every day, I get up, and my main goal for the day is to make it here from my bed. If I get here, then I just do what I can do until I'm too tired to do anymore. So that's how I get myself into my art every day. There's a lot of things in life that I can't do anymore. So I had to kind of find myself a little bit of a renewed purpose. It took about a decade and a half to do that. So that's why I do art almost all day, every day. There are days where everything's going great and I can get up in the middle of doing my art and I can do something different, like cleaning things. But that doesn't happen a lot right now because I've been struggling with some things, okay? But anyway, every morning at least I do art. And so I also sit here and talk to myself. I've spent a lot of time alone in the past over a decade. And so I just got used to talking to myself out loud. But if I'm doing that, I might as well talk to y'all. I've been learning how to edit the videos that I record every day. There are reasons I record videos every day that have nothing to do with art. But I do record myself doing art, so I thought it would be cool to start a place where I can post my art and share kind of my struggles and how I deal with it, because when it comes to my health, art has kind of saved me. I do different kinds of art. Sometimes I get stuck on something for a while and I just focus on that kind of art and then I'll move on. And sometimes I'm doing 5 different kinds of art in one day. So that's why I don't put my description what I'm doing before I start the stream, because honestly, except for what is sitting on my desk where I left my desk the night before, I really don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I just come here, I do my art on live for other people to join in or just to sit here and chat with me. I like company. But if there's nobody here, I'm just gonna talk to you anyway. Why not? I mean, we have our 8-1. Go over here. I'll tell you my sin and sharpen your knife. Take me to church. And then R85. This one's kind of hard to, there's a lot of blobbing. It's hard to get the tiny dots that I like. Ah! My hand twitched. Sometimes my hands have minds of their own. I've been known to randomly throw pens, pencils, whatever. I don't do it on purpose. My hand just twitches and things go flying. You'll see it eventually. I'm ridiculous. I understand. This is my one of my favorite morning songs. You gotta get up and try. You gotta. You gotta show up. Just a couple times. Why do we fall in love so easy? Even when it's not right. So one of the things that I try to do is make sure that even though it's hard for me to walk sometimes and things hurt, that I move a little bit every day. I at least move. And music makes me move without me even trying. So that's one of the about bajillion reasons that I can't survive without music. Okay. Now I gotta come back with the R81. You just do the same thing over and over, because that's how you do a technique, I guess. When you're doing a technique, you do that thing over and over. That makes sense. Try. You're not really happy, but you don't wanna die. You're not real, but you gotta survive. 'Cause you gotta survive. Like your body's in the room, but you're not really there. Sorry, but you don't really care. Little bit tired of sinking, there's water in my boat. I'm barely breathing, trying to stay afloat. I wish that I could go. But you gotta survive. Why? I don't know. They just keep telling me I have to survive. So, it's like one of those things. You gotta do it, so you gotta do it. A little bit tired of quick repairs to go. A little bit tired of sinking this water in my boat. I'm headed. You ever get a little bit tired of life, like you're not happy but you don't wanna die? Some people still know you could be alone. This is mountains are too much afraid. It's not like a necessity. It's impression. I'm unstoppable, a drop kick impossible. I live it up, live it up, live it up, live it up. I break down the walls, backhand and smash 'em all. Live it up, live it up, live it up. Honestly, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here enjoying myself and having a good time. I'll be honest, you're unstoppable too. We all are. There's a phone that's ringing somewhere in here. I don't know where it is, but it sure is going off. I know it's not my phone. At first, I thought it might be in my oldest bedroom, and just the walls in this house are super thin. But maybe it's not. I forgot a spot. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna grab my YG63. I'm gonna add a couple more dots in here in the green. I was a little bit sparse with the green. I'm gonna bring the light green back over that. No, I mean, we use Y35 to come back over the orange ones. Okay. Real quick. Okay, so like that's mostly them done. I'm gonna come back with the colorless blender. Not this one. We need to fill this, but I have to look up the instructions. I have the ink right here. I just keep forgetting to do it. But I use this one. I'm just gonna blot this over all the flowers. Like, I don't even need to do each individual one. I'm just gonna blur all this. We got texture there, so we just want to blur everything. And then there's another step that she does in the class, but that is one of the things that I don't do until I'm finished with the whole thing. I'll explain that in a little while. Mine don't matter, Okay, I'm gonna come back here in these and the ones that are in the back, and I'm gonna dab them with the colorless blender as well. I'm gonna cut, yesterday I put a line here, I marked it with my ruler. I'm gonna cut that part off, but I'm gonna do this side anyway, because if I don't, it might drive me a little nutty. It kind of like just blurs it a little bit. I like that look. Again, there's another step to do here, but we won't do that step here until all of everything's been colored. Then I come back and do that final step. I show you, can you tell if you look at these flowers here? They're very separated. See if I can get that less blurry. It's not that blurry, but over here where I did the colorless blender, it's blurry. I feel like that gives it the kind of like impressionist or abstract kind of feeling that really kind of helps it to look. I feel like the more abstract I make these flowers look, the more real they look, which kind of, I don't know, it's a little weird. But okay, now come through these tulips. I'm gonna do this part really fast. I'm basically leaving that front row alone. But then over here, I'm gonna blend that a little bit. See? I like the way that looks. Okay. We are done with these markers. Well, except the blender. Oops. The anxiety levels are just up here today. Okay, we're gonna do the Emerald City now. It's really easy. Do you have a pocket full of sunshine? You need one with the weather today where I am. I have a pocket full of sunshine. The part that she does that I don't do until the end is gel pen. And most of the time I don't use gel pen because I have gel pen problems. So we're going to start with BG49, which I've never used, so I know it's going to make a blob. Right. I gotta be super detailed kind of here. Oops. It's gonna blob a lot, and I can't really help it, I don't think. Always gonna be enough to believe. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. That's a child. A child is awake. One of my little human spawns. I'm not sure which one it is. Alright, that's kind of like the basic outline. Now I'm going to come in and see if I can add in some of the cast shadows without going crazy. And again. I'm gonna come down the center here. And then okay. I feel like that's good. And then we got G02. And I'm just gonna go back over that same area. Oh, I never turned on my time-lapse camera today. Oops! I need to put my own, like, hey, don't forget that kind of note on the computer or something. I get kind of blind to my own post-it notes, though. It's like, if they sit there for a little bit, I just don't even see them anymore. It's weird. I don't know if anybody else ever has that issue, where you just kind of like go blind to your own system. I feel like it's an ADD thing, ADHD. I hope you find your peace. Mm. Okay. We're just going to kind of blend all this out so it kind of fuzzes together because it's far away. Just a small town. I'm just really going over this to fill things in and give it a smudgy look. And again, there's another step to this that she doesn't do, but I do, that I will do at the end. I just want to make sure all of this is really fuzzy. God, that is all of the background. Woohoo! Real quick, let me grab my ruler and a chopper. Line this up really nice. I love this ruler because it has a cork board thingy on the back. It keeps it from sliding. I didn't cut that very well. Hey, that curved. Hang on. I'm not good at straight lines either. You hold it down tight. Yeah, I'll deal with that later, I guess. So that cuts off the edge, makes it nice and pretty. There's a little more I need to remove, but I'll do that with scissors later. All right, what's next, guys? G21 and G24. Hang on. Looks like the next thing we're gonna do is her skin, which is green, of course. So it's a little different when you do, it's a little different than what you might be used to, but it's just the same blend technique. Oh no. The power. It flickered, it didn't go out. So if my lamps go out, I'm gonna have to get offline. Because if the lamps go out, then I know my Wi-Fi router went down and it'll kick me. And I do like having time to say goodbye, you know? That's 3. G20, G21, and G24. Where's G20? I'm not seeing it. G02, G000, G20. Here we go. I'm having fidget moments. I'm getting nervous that I'm going to get kicked off. I didn't need that today with my anxiety. I feel like one of the lights did go out, but none of them are off. Maybe they're just low. We don't usually have brownouts here, but I mean, a light bulb might have been blown. I can't guarantee anything these days. The world has gone crazy. Oops. I will say this, when I'm doing colored pencil, I don't turn my paper that much as I do with marker. It's a little bit harder for me with marker, especially since I'm getting used to these new markers, the shape and the weight of them. Because I need to keep my hand kind of in the same place and also be able to flick in the direction it needs to go. So ergonomically, it's better to turn your paper. Visually, I know it might aggravate some of y'all, but if it's a real problem, let me know. I'll see what I can do about it. And then G21. I'm not really sure what I'm actually going to do when this is finished, as far as live streaming, but I'm thinking I might put together one of the big diamond paintings I have. It's right over here. It's one I'm gonna do for my youngest. I might put that together so I can start on it. G20. I think I'm Let's go on. Hey, doggo here. I might come back and redo that a little bit. Do a second layer, but I want to see how it dries first. Don't ever look back. My heart stops when you're looking. Hang on a second. Be a teenage dream to be too young to realize now. Catches. Lean down, suckers, now welcome fish, the show is full. I kind of shouldn't have connected that in the middle, but it's okay. I didn't mean to do it. My marker just went there. I got my love. Yeah, I feel like that blend just kind of desaturates a lot. So I'm going to go over the skin and that part of the hat again. It won't take long. Nothing to mention, don't need to question, and you can find what's best for you. doesn't bargain. It's never gonna change. Another big bird strong. I'm doing them separate instead of going through the whole thing at one time so that they don't dry too much in between. Oh, my hair is bothering me. Let me try something real quick. I'm gonna come right in the middle of this. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Whatever, whatever, we'll never get together. I like that a little better. We can tighten that up later. And I definitely feel like the skin is a lot better in the first place. Alrighty, 5. I'm going to do a couple of little quick things. There's only 2 colors in the class for this part, but I'm going to use 3 so that I can make it a little bit more detailed than I have before. So I'm using R85 and R81, but I'm going to add R83 in the middle of it. Okay? I'm just going to give this a little tiny bit more definition. On the inside of that. And now R81. Ain't nobody gonna treat you better. And just come over that, all of it. Don't even have to do like directionally. I'm just dabbing it. Yeah. I think that's gonna dry out pretty. It really doesn't take that long to dry. So let me grab my warm grays. One, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So now we're gonna start working on the hat and the dress. Good morning, little one. I'm kind of just eyeballing it here so I can get a feel for the shape. Okay. Oh. W9. Sometimes I struggle a little bit to do these kind of lines, the curvy lines. And then I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. Let me stare at this for a second so I can figure out where I want to separate the strokes. Yes, I am. I'll be going off about 11. I wanna say goodbye. I'm not crying as if you W7. I don't want to watch that anymore. I'm having some severe like attention issues today. I keep zoning out a little bit. Just bear with me, please. Don't mind, I'm not even better if you just forget. Try to go along here and leave that white there. It's one of the things I've had to fix in the previous versions of this. My hand's shaky this morning, though. I might not get it the way I want it, but it looks good enough. Snip. Make sure that's pretty good and round. I tend to make the broom bristles a little bit dark too, so I'm keeping the W7 really close to what I've already got. Trying not to go really past it, just tracing it to make it a little more fuzzy. Alright, the next color, W5. One of these days I'm going to open one of these brand new markers and it's going to splatter all over me, or all over the art. I'm not sure which. Please, art gods, don't let that happen. Kind of trying to be like stingy with where I'm putting these colors so that I don't bring it too far and lose my highlight area. I'm kind of famous for doing that. I'm not really famous, but you know what I mean. Oh my goodness. I have depresso. It's alright. We got about 9 minutes. I can make it. Nope. Thank you though. I have to train myself to not get coffee until lunch. I can't tell if she used the other colors. I think it's just W5. Usually when I say depresso in this house, if there's anybody around, they pop up and grab my coffee cup and save me. But I'm trying to train my brain to not.
Am I allowed to run the microwave?
I can't hear you.
Am I allowed to run the microwave?
I don't think it'll cause a problem. I think we're only using up to W5 here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in W3 as well. Okay, now I'm gonna bring in W3, and then we're gonna call that done and go to lunch. And when we come back, we'll be doing the hair and the dress, and that'll be it. And then we can do all those little finishing steps I was talking about. This is W3, right? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna fill all this in. All right, there we go. Okay. We got there. It's time to get up, do some stretching, maybe a little dancing. My dog's out. If they'll go out, they will not go out if it's even like drizzling. Sometimes they won't even go out if there's water on the ground. But yeah. Hang on just a second. I just looked at this and I was like, let me do something real quick. I'm going to run the colorless blender right through the highlights here.
Instead of getting up and taking a break.
I'm just doing this while it's still, you know, wet. So that I just want to get rid of the sharp edges mostly. And then I'll come right through the lightest areas of the broom. Kind of smooths it out a little bit too. I have some rough edges going on. All right. So, we're done with the morning art session. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Maybe next time you're here, drop some chat stuff in the chat box and I'll chat with you. So yeah, we got all these flowers done. We finished these up. We did the Emerald City and the hat and the broom and the ribbon and the green skin. So yeah, all we have left to do now is her hair and her dress. And we'll come back after lunch and do that, unless my power goes out. Yeah, unless the power goes out. I'm very much enjoying how this is coming out. So, this has been Periwinkle Palace Arts, Art and Chat, morning session. I'm Princess Bun Bun. Thanks for hanging out. We did art here. Bye!